Good morning, Rebecka Vigus, the writer whisperer here from uh, gray looking South Central Kentucky. It's 30 degrees out. No, it's 20 degrees outside. However, it feels more like 9. So, we have a wind chill. Today's lesson comes from If You Can Talk, You Can Write by Joel Saltzman. This is probably my favorite chapter in the whole book, and I will tell you why as we go along. It's called Pick a Word, Any Word. Back in college, I had a roommate who was a terrific cook. One night, watching him make stew, I said, "Michael, I don't know anything about cooking. Can you teach me?" "Okay," he said, "but watch very carefully." Covering his eyes with one hand, he reached for the cabinet door with the other. His eyes still covered, he opened the door. He felt his way to the spice rack and grabbed the first jar he could find. He shook the unknown spice into the stew, put it back, and repeated the routine with another spice or two. Finally, he closed the doors, opened his eyes, and said, "Okay, what have we learned so far?" "Michael, I have no idea." What we have learned is that cooking is freedom. Same goes for writing, playing jazz, or writing as if it were jazz. Zip along, banging out your message full of music and rhythm. Man, you are cooking. Let's get cooking. The game here is to pick a word or a subject and start to free write the way you did in chapter 5. The only difference is that now you have a starting point, a place to jump off from and see where it takes you. For example, sitting in the office right now, I look around, spot a bunch of books piled on the floor, and pick the word books. Now, all I do is start talking on paper, letting books guide the way. Books, books. Look at all those books. Look at those books. See Spot run. See Spot run on all those books. I didn't do it. Spot did it. What are you blaming me for? You always blamed me. I remember when I was a kid and Linda, that's my sister, Linda would yell, "Mom, tell him to get out of my room." And sometimes I was in my room when she said it. So you see, it's like jazz or analysis because it will take you somewhere. All you have to do is let it go. Let it take you where it wants to go. Think of it as a blind date with a new word. It might be a bit awkward at first, but eventually you'll find something to talk about. Consider a student who'd spent the past 10 years thinking, "Who am I? What do I have to say?" Given the word traffic, she free writes. "I hate traffic. Back up on the road, going nowhere. Total frustration. Wanting to get something and not being able. Total stress. The struggle of wanting to get somewhere and not being able. Traffic, more traffic. It's stress. It's life. It's wanting to do something and being kept back. All my life, it's been traffic. Maybe couched in some other term, in some other context, but always the same. Someone or something interfering with me getting what I want. And how many times have I given up what I want just to avoid the struggle? But not now. I'm not giving up now. I'm going to get where I want. I'm going to get there when I said I would. Get moving, you jerks. Get out of my way, you creeps. I press on the horn. I press again and again. This time it's going to be different. You can't stop me anymore. Remember, it all started with the single word traffic. 2 minutes later, she had written a personal manifesto. A good novel is possible only after one has given up and let go. Walker Percy. Guided free writing exercise. Pick a word, any word. Okay, this is what Joel Saltzman says. Then I'm going to give you your writing prompt. And then I have a couple more things I want you to hear before you head to it. The instructions are easy. Take out a dictionary and follow Chef Michael's example. Close your eyes, open it up, and pick a word, any word. And don't go looking for a better word because you can't get inspired by toaster or void. Whatever you picked, that's what you go with. Of course, if you pick a word like neoplasticism and have no idea what it means, you are allowed to try again. But if you know what it means, tag, you've got leprosy, though let's hope you don't. And no cheating. If you know what it means, you must go with the word you've got. Otherwise, you're going to spend the rest of your life searching for the perfect word, and there's no such thing. Besides, it doesn't really matter where you start. All that matters is that you start in the first place. And again, don't even think of it as writing. Think of it as throwing words or ideas on a page, taking whatever's in your head and dumping it out onto the page, going blah, 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 till you find something interesting. Okay, today's writing prompt is very similar to this. However, I'm sending you to oneword.com. Okay, you can go there every day. They give you a different word every day. Take the word that they give you and just brain dump on it. Just free write whatever comes to mind, but put that word at the top of your page so you know what prompted this flow of talking on paper. You never know. You may write a poem, an essay, get a story idea, write your manifesto. Who knows? Just do it. True confession. In class one day for a guided free writing homework assignment, I randomly picked the word fuselage. To be honest, I almost went against my own instructions, concerned that it might be too tough a word for my students. Still, I decided to take the plunge. Actually, I decided they'd take the plunge. Meanwhile, since not everyone was sure what it meant, I read the definition. Fuselage, a noun, the body of an airplane, exclusive of wings, tail assembly, and engines. That didn't help much, and there were sour faces all around. But the assignment stuck. Starting with the word fuselage and spend 5 minutes doing guided writing. Next week, as they read their results aloud, I was glad we hadn't bailed out after all. One student started out, fuselage, with a question mark. What do I know about fuselage? I hear the word, and I kept thinking about fusilli. You know, the spiral pasta that looks like Shirley Temple's hair. Another began, fuselage, the strip of wings and everything else from a strip the wings and everything else from a plane, and what do you have left? A nice big shiny bullet. Wasn't he Roy Rogers' wonder dog who could run as fast as Trigger, the golden palomino? That poor dog. They had him running everywhere after that damn horse. Of course, the only time our dog ever ran any place was when you called him to dinner. Or how about the woman who simply wrote, fuselage, the body of a plane? Or maybe my body. Sometimes I wish I could drag my body onto a plane and go. I feel so overwhelmed by everything I have to do. I want to be everything to everyone, but it just doesn't work. Now, keep in mind, not everyone did a bang-up job with fuselage. That's just how it goes. You'll do great with some words and not so great with others. If it makes you feel better, one student signed off. I'm going down in flames on this one. Burn, baby, burn. I am crashing and dying right here on the page. By the way, the next class, he did a great job with leakage. Go figure. Emotional check-in. Once you've picked your word, do an emotional check-in. Are you boxing with yourself in anxiety? Worried about disaster before you've even gotten started? If that's the case, even a little bit, allow me to introduce a new writing mantra. I'm going to have some fun here. I'm going to play around and discover some really neat stuff. It may sound silly, but it works. It's just as effective and just as effectively as all those negative messages you've come up with on your own. Who knows? It might just chase some of those heebie jeebies away. Now, get back to work. Pick a word, any word, and don't forget your new mantra. I'm going to have some fun here. I'm going to play around and discover some really neat stuff. Starting with the word shorts, a writer begins to write. Shorts, sports, tennis shorts, sports pants, walking shorts, running shorts. I have nothing to say about shorts but shorts. Ha! Who cares except my stupid ex-fiance from when I was too young to know any better, who used to get all worked up in the springtime when women started wearing shorts again, like it was meant for him. Oh, yeah. He's the one who wanted an open relationship, then blamed me for the breakup. What the hell did he expect? I should have known better, the way he couldn't keep his cool in the spring. So obvious, so creepy, so leering, the young lech. I'm so glad I came to my senses after we broke up this way. This was the same guy who returned all my letters at my mother's funeral and never gave a thought to what a horrible thing that was. Like I said, all you have to do is let go and let it take you where it wants to go. I have gone to oneword.com for years. And it used to be you could take the word and just plug in a sentence or two right there on the website, and it would keep them for you. I don't think they do that anymore. I think you just get a word a day. And I sometimes go get a word a day because I can't for the life of me think what I want to write. And yet my brain says, pick up your pen and write. And I go, brain, really? What am I writing? And why am I writing it? Because there has to be a reason, right? There doesn't. Take your one word and have fun with it. If you would rather not do oneword.com, close your eyes, flip open your dictionary, and point to a word. That's your word for the day. Go ahead and write. Happy writing. Have a great weekend. See you Monday morning. Bye now.